Hello to everybody out there at YouTube. This is John Franklin. Hope everybody's having a good day or a good evening. I know I always am having an awesome time, especially when I'm wearing this shirt. Always having an awesome time bringing you guys videos every chance I can get. So anyways, I decided to try another video. And my last video I mentioned, I said once in a while I might try to do a movie review. Well, I decided to do that. Now, this movie has actually been out on DVD for a while, so it's not a movie that was just recently at the theaters kind of thing. Hopefully once in a while I'll even bring something from the theater, and if you're someone who doesn't go to the theater and you are more of a DVD person, or Redbox or whatever, you'll do this. So anyways, the movie I'd like to review, a friend of mine recommended this to me, so he actually let me borrow it because he owns it. The movie is actually called Lucy. Hopefully you guys can see it decently well. It's with Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman. Well, this whole film is pretty much what happens is that Scarlett Johansson, who plays the character Lucy, what happens is she pretty much gets tricked by her boyfriend, and she ends up, helping him out, which she shouldn't have, and she pretty much ends up getting this drug, which is what they call CPH4, is what it was called. Pretty much this whole drug is human sacrifice being a human bomb, pretty much. Probably once in a while they've done movies like this, but this one seemed like this one, even though it's supposed to, this film, the preview talks about brain, using more than 10% of your brain and all the way up to 100 kind of thing. But this film seemed like it had other stories to do. It wasn't just about the brain, which that this drug, made you smarter. It seemed like it was, yes, but then also it seemed like this drug was supposed to be a bomb. So it was like, they really don't get too much into this film. They do kind of do a little bit, again, about brain function and trying for Lucy to go up to 100 and all that kind of stuff. But I have to be honest, I really did not like this film. My biggest thing was the actors, even the two main actors here, did not do a good job. Scarlett Johansson is usually a so-so actress. Morgan Freeman always will surprise you. No matter how bad the movie is, he usually at least always will give me, I always feel like I give this guy, 2 thumbs up of my own kind of thing. Well, it just seemed like in this film he really did not care. He's a professor. His name is Samuel. His character's name is Samuel Norman. And he pretty much, the first time you see him, he's teaching a class, big university class and all that stuff, and he starts talking about, oh, well, whenever we first got on, like animals, like dinosaurs, used about 3 to 5% of their brains, and then nothing higher till we came along, and then they started talking about the highest animal out there actually is, or the highest, animal that uses their brain more than we do are dolphins at close to 20%. I think it was between 15 and 20%, so slightly better than us kind of thing. I have to say that, the way the previews looked like it was going to be a really good action film, and unfortunately the action is at the very beginning, like maybe the first 15-20 minutes of this hour-and-a-half film. And then it seems like it kind of really drops down, and maybe once in a blue moon, like if you're doing a graph and things are going well, you hit your point, and really at the very, almost that 20 minutes you hit your point, because it goes down a decent amount, then it kind of goes up a little bit more and back and forth, but it seems like it kind of goes in waves kind of thing. Your point was already up here, about 20 minutes in the film, well, you still have like another hour and 10 to try to entertain us. And for me, it really went downhill. There was absolutely really shouldn't say there wasn't anything, there wasn't too much good things about it. And whenever something cool came along, it seemed like that, wow, it was like a 2-second thing. Without giving anything away for people who've already seen this movie, or for people who say, you know what, John, this is just your opinion, and that's true, it's just my opinion. To say that, if you've seen this movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, but there's like a plane scene that Lucy is on, and she's messing on with like 2 different computers, and for some reason, I really don't want to give too much away, but for some reason, like again, I don't know what to say without giving, well, you know what, maybe I will kind of give this scene away, why not, even after I kind of say, oh, I won't do it. She starts like dissolving away, kind of thing, almost like she could be like the invisible woman or something like that. This is going to happen. And probably about this time is probably about 40 or 50% of her brain waves, or of her function, I should say. So the thing is that that's kind of cool. She goes into the airplane's bathroom, and they're all the flight attendants are trying to convince her. Well, for some reason, she doesn't get out. All of a sudden, like she disappears, thinking, oh, okay, so another nice little clue of the story. Then all of a sudden she appears, I think, at an airport or something. Like somehow, like she just disappeared into the airport. It was kind of goofy, it seemed like. And also, whenever the doctor, she goes to the hospital after she ends up killing those henchmen. So they kind of went out of order on this one. And the doctor, she pretty much convinces him with a gun and says, I need you to get this drugs out of me here, it's leaking. So the thing is, he does, he gets, he's convinced to do this. And the thing is, she starts, while he's putting his hands in her stomach to pull out this drug, this package of drugs, if you want to say it that, she's on the phone talking to her mother and talking about all these different like strange things. I couldn't even really understand what was going on, kind of thing. And of course the mother is like, are you okay, Lucy, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But I really want to say that Lucy was probably, even though I didn't see it last year, is probably one of the worst films of 2014 with two good actors. So who knows, again, like people say, how good the words on the paper are so well, but does it come off on film very well? And I gotta say, unfortunately, once in a while, for a lot of people, it's like it doesn't always go out that way, For people who actually enjoyed this movie, if you do watch this video, please, I would like you to comment and tell me how much you really like this film, or how much of what I brought up you say, you know what, John Franklin, you're absolutely right. This film actually wasn't as good as it could have been, kind of thing. So hopefully everybody out there, I convinced you a little bit. For anybody who would say, oh, I'm going to check this out, and decide you don't want to because it's an hour and a half of absolutely nothing, it seems like. So I just want to say, this is John Franklin signing off here. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, and also please comment. Have a good one, everybody.